Nashumakaraka, Lunar Conspiracy. So last on Hildibrand, we've seen Hildibrand being abducted by the aliens called the Poo-Poo. Not the Poo-Poo. No, it's not that kind of poo, but it's Poo-Poo as in P-U-P-U. They are from the Final Fantasy VIII. So let's take a look. Oh, she calls me officer. That's perfect. Officer, I have a new lead. And just as I promised, you're the first to know. Before we get into the details, though, I should give you back your soul container. A soul container? I give it a good scrub first, of course. Being the gentleman that he is, I'm sure the inspector wouldn't want to leave any lingering spiritual odors. Oh, the soul container of Hildibrand, right? Because he got here from the first one. Okay. I totally forgot about that part entirely. There. Now, you can listen to my findings without having distracting thoughts like, when is Nasha going to give me back my soul container? Yeah, I'm sure everybody had that same thought, just like me, right just now. Now, as for the lead I mentioned, I was thumbing through a periodical and found an article on alien abduction. The way it was described was almost exactly what happened to the inspector. It even had a little diagram of a man swimming in midair. Anyway, the author seemed convinced that the victim had been taken to the moon. This crackpot theory sounds awfully familiar. Why does this sound like the kind of rubbish the Thamnarian Truth publishes? I'm gonna go with the first one. This crackpot theory sounds awfully familiar. That's because it is! You remember Dorian, the editor in Briefs? He was the one who wrote it. And he plans on doing research for the next edition of the moon itself. Apparently there's a portal or something in Garlemald that will take you straight there? Oh, but a world-hopping adventurer like you must have been to the moon already. Know it like the back of your hand, I bet. Yep. I thought so. It'll be nice to have an expert guide up there to help me search for clues. What say you? To the moon! Yes, pretty much. Nashu is a moon cat, so she is finally coming back where she belongs. Or where she comes from, at least. I'll start packing my bags. I have a feeling those bags will be full of explosives. I don't know what the weather is like on the moon, but I remember Garlemald being a bit chilly the last time I was there. Actually, the moon probably should be pretty chilly as well. But they never talk about that, so I don't know. Maybe not. Garlemald. Everybody molding in a Garlemald. There's actually gonna be 3 things. Oh, I wear absolutely appropriate clothes here. That's perfect. There's 3 things. I totally forgot about the tribal quests. We will finally turn on the lights in Ultima Thule. I can't wait. I'll finally be able to see more than 2 meters ahead of me. Oh, it's much colder than I remember. Sure, this lunar gate is close. The Tower of Babel? You mean that big spiky spire? We definitely shouldn't get lost on the way there. Let's get moving. Yeah, let's take the teleporter to the moon. Convenient. How convenient there's a teleporter straight to the moon. One of the things that I definitely was a little bit disappointed when it comes to Endwalker was that we got just one zone of Garlemald, because Garlemald was built up over like Heavensward. I mean, over all the parts of 14, like Reborn, Heavensward, Stormblood. Everything was building up Garlemald, you know. We're gonna go there and we're gonna deal with them and everything like that. But at the end of the day, we just get the capital and the outskirts, and that's it. Definitely a bit disappointing for me. Although, I guess if you want to be really fair, it's true that we got the... what's it called? Turncliffe? Which is not exactly Garlemald, but it's like a region annexed by Garlemald, I think? So you can get an idea of Garlean culture and everything. So, this thing will send us up to the moon just like that? Courage, Nashu. The world is in grave danger and the people deserve to know. I have to reach the moon so I can expose the truth. As I have explained to you twice already, I can only allow passage to authorized travelers, which you are not. Huh, you're with them, aren't you? The aliens have infiltrated every layer of our society. What in blazes are you talking about? I'm Dalmascan, born and raised. Oh look! The point right in the camera. The editor in briefs! Why is he wearing Alexander gear? Alexander Raid gear. Is this guy a raider from Heavensward? That's Delian, editor-in-chief, thank you very much. And you were friends of the abducted, I believe? Officer, greetings. Are you acquainted with this man by any chance? He exposited in my direction once. So, there was one big change in the developer team at 14. I think Michael Koji Fox is actually not really working on the translation of 14 anymore, because he's, like, I think full-time working on 16, on FF16. But I think the vibe and the translation is completely retained with the new lead and the new team. You know, Koji is only supervising these days, I think. So I think they still got it. He either taught them well, or they found good people, or both. I wouldn't be surprised if both would be the correct answer. Anyway, let's continue. That was enough, I'd wager. He has trouble written all over him. Officer, as in Officer Bonk? Slayer of gods, savior of Ishgar, liberator of the provinces, stealer of pans? How did I fail to recognize such an unbelievably famous individual? As a champion of the people, you have a duty to lead us through this fact-strangling checkpoint. We cannot let your comrade's abduction go unsolved. He needs you, and the world needs my next article. It's convincing. And you believe he was taken to the moon? Well, that certainly sounds like an emergency to me. Your acquaintance here seems sincere in his desire to help, so I will grant him special dispensation to accompany you just this once. You may proceed to the Nethergate. Sounds pretty badass. I wish I had a echo on command or something. I would need to get a pedal effect for that, I guess. Mysterious forces have thrust us together, and though I trust the face about as much as I trust that obviously compromised gate guard, I will leave no moonstone unturned. The truth is up there. I don't recognize these shades he's wearing, though. It looks like some elegant shit, which is very suitable for this guy. I think we are being beamed up, Scotty. Lunar conspiracy. It's a lot of people over here. Did you know that if you use the throw command that you can usually use in snowfields to throw a snowball? What? It doesn't work anymore! I swear. This worked on the moon. You could actually throw ash, the moon ash, at the people. But it doesn't seem like it works anymore. Wow. Hey, it's Nara. Nara has good glams and very good sense of decoration for housing. She can do crazy stuff with, like, the small plot. Very impressive stuff. Alright, let's continue with Nashu. Oh, the moon is just as white and shiny up close. But not made of cheese. And no sign of Inspector Hildibrand either. So we've arrived? So we've already arrived? The Empire's technology is more advanced than I feared. Over there. The aliens have built some kind of forward base on the lunar surface. We must sneak in and blow the lid on their invasion plans. Or is he gonna mistake... Oh man, is he going to mistake the Loporids for aliens? Oh god, that's gonna be good. Looks like Dorian has a lead. Come on, we should follow him. Oh yeah, he's gonna like this guy. Very different kinds of aliens here. Hold on, I'm gonna put a cookie in my mouth. Aliens! Honest to God's aliens. I never expected them to be so tall or so small, like, and bunny-like. Welcome. If I had known I was receiving so many visitors, I would have sent for more tea. That voice, speaking inside my head. I don't know the words, but their meaning is clear. Are they wielding psychic powers to try and brainwash me? You alright there, friend? Wait. What kind of accent should these guys have? I can imagine them to be... I always like the old commercial for Final Fantasy IV. Or was it 6? Or was it 9? One of Final Fantasies, like, they have like this old TV commercial where Moogle talks with like this Brooklyn accent. You alright there, friend? Need help with anything in particular? It's like a deep voice. It's very cool. Laconic Loporid. Laconic, what does that mean? That means like he is carefree. Oh, that's lackadaisical. Laconic is terse? I'm not sure exactly right now. Maybe the opposite. You alright there, friend? Need help with anything in particular? And this one speaks our tongue fluently. Learned it from your Charlatan collaborators, I'll wager. Don't think you'll fool me. What with your adorable bunny nose and silken ears? I'll bring the truth before you arrive to beguile my fellow men. This guy is definitely a writer. He's got a way with words. You're one of Urianger's friends, aren't you? I'm not sure who or what put such odd ideas into your companion's head, but would you mind setting him straight for me? The Loporids are not alien invaders, although their adorableness does belie their capacity for shenanigans. That's a good answer. The Loporids are allies of all mankind, misguided attempts to make us live off carrots alone notwithstanding. That's a bit mean, but true. I'll go with the forcible carrot dispensation. Never mind. They got to you, didn't they? Suppose I shouldn't be surprised. I've read the rumors about the disbanded Science of the Seventh Dawn. The formerly secret society has in truth become all the more secret, that it may pull our leaders' strings from the shadows. Hold it right there, mister. I won't stand here and listen to your slander, officer, or this lovely bunny any longer. You better not libel them neither. We actually came in search of Inspector Hildibrand, a dashing gentleman who we think was brought here by a shiny flying saucer. You wouldn't happen to have seen either of them around here, would you? I'm afraid I've seen neither. Long was it my duty to keep watch, but as the need for constant vigilance has since ended, I have grown accustomed to idleness. It's rather refreshing, really. Anyway, perhaps the Loporids may have observed this man or his abductor? I feel I would have remembered if I had. The elves might have seen something, though. Why don't I take you over to Bestway's burrow, and you can ask them about it yourself? That sounds like a wonderful idea. Please lead the way. If nothing else, getting an eyeful of the facilities we built for the benefit of mankind should help reassure your suspicious friend here. I feel like this is a lot more fun than skipping cutscenes. I've been skipping a lot of cutscenes when I was leveling all the jobs in Shadowbringers, and I have no idea what happened in any of those job quests. Absolutely no clue. And I'm okay. I don't think I care either. Not too much anyway. So many bunnies! If they can build a forward base on this scale, then what hope does mankind have against them? Oh, for the love of Keras, this is not a military operation. Do you see any cannons or assault craft? We haven't any weaponry at all. This guy's lying a little bit, you know? And we know about those attack robots. They're called janitors. Sure. But we know what they are. We know what they are cleaning up. They're cleaning up bodies on the floor. Take your time and chat with whomever you like. As for me, I've got perfectly innocuous and not at all nefarious things to do. Bye now. Right then, let's get on with the investigation. Nashu and Dylan are now accompanying you. Okay. Let's see. Nashu didn't change her clothes though. That's interesting. She talked about the chilly weather of Garlemald, but I guess her stockings are more than enough. Oh, I just want to nibble on their fuzzy little ears. Did she just ooh right there? I mean, if anybody's going to ooh from the NPCs in the entire game, it's gonna be Nashu, right? I'm taking notes on everything in this base. Floor plans, personnel, abstract tree structures. My next issue will expose their entire operation. Sure it will. Unless they will have some sort of Men in Black. And you forget everything. Look, they even have an Aetherite here. Yeah. True. An Aetherite. A convenient tool for meeting with their Charlayan co-conspirators. No doubt. Oh, they'll tell you Aetherites were an elegant invention, but it was really just one of many alien technological secrets received in exchange for their undying loyalty. Link Perilous too. Be careful what you say on those private calls. The Charlayans are always listening. Man, this guy should be the next guest on Infowars, definitely. he is the Eorzean Infowars, basically. Shit. I'm getting a whisper from somebody who I have no idea who they are. That literally never happens outside of bot attacks. Okay, never mind. Languid operate. That means he's sleepy. Oh, somebody's asking me about my bucket minion. Where did I get it? I don't remember. I'm gonna answer them just to be polite. I do not remember where did I get the bucket though. I think it's Shadowbringers. It's probably fishing. But I really don't know, dude. I don't remember. Okay, Languid will operate. He's sleeping. Oh, I often stretch my legs out there under the stars, but can't say I've noticed anything out of the ordinary. Sorry. Not to worry. We'll try our luck elsewhere. Thank you. Furry-faced liars, the lot of them. They're probably hiding an entire fleet of an alien attack aircraft. Maybe, maybe not. I would love to see what the Loporate alien attack craft would look like. It probably would have large ears. Maybe it would, and the torpedoes would be carrot-shaped. That's my guess. Cord, it's a big fan. It must get hot in here. A propulsion engine, of course. This is no mere moon. Did he just quote Obi-Wan Kenobi? You know, the satellite upon which we stand was never a natural celestial body, right? It was a grand fabrication of the ancients. They were in contact with aliens even back then, but the purpose of their ambitious construction has eluded us. Until now. It's obvious that the moon is a colossal star-faring vessel. See? For every crazy conspiracy theorist, there's always... broken clock is right twice a day, as they say. This guy is spot on, and he doesn't even know. Although maybe he... I mean, he thinks he knows. Anyway. However, since we built the Excitatron 6000, we get all kinds of people around here. Could you describe your missing friend in a bit more detail? Well, he is a very gentlemanly and dapper, if you look past the almost certainly tattered state of his clothing. Though their fashion sense can be a bit eclectic, our visiting adventurers are always dressed impeccably. Not to be rude, but I have a feeling your friend would have stood out in that crowd. He's probably strapped to a table somewhere, even as we speak, enduring unspeakable experiments. From what I've pieced together so far, the giant alien is the master, and all these smaller xeno bunnies are artificial life forms created to serve as minions in his armies. Their harmless appearance is part of the strategy. As soon as you let your guard down, snap! They take you down like a pack of tiny herbivorous wolves. Maybe I should have done. Dorian has some interesting theories, doesn't he? Being nibbled to death by a mob of cuddly bunnies doesn't sound like a bad way to go. True, but if I'm honest, I would probably prefer if it was the tall bunny kind, not the little bunny kind. The whole being nibbled to death part, I mean, you know what I'm saying. Weaving Way. Yo, this guy is good at the game. This guy is definitely good at the game. If you got the name Weaving Way, you gotta be good at the game. You're gonna be the master of GCD weaving. This guy's playing Machinist. And he's very sad because he doesn't deal enough damage. No gentleman in ragged clothes, I'm afraid, but I did spot an object in flight that I couldn't immediately identify. Does that mean it's an unidentified flying object? It was while I was gathering materials in the south of Mare Lamentorum. I presumed it was just some elegant relic or new species of floating jellyfish and didn't think too much of it. Oh, Dorian's gone. Cool, now that sounds promising. Thank you for your time. Okay, that looks weird. Is there a new bunny being created? What's this then? A pot for growing new Xeno bunnies? They must plan to produce them in the millions and overwhelm us with sheer fuzzy numbers. How could I have been so blind? Those aren't ears. They're psychic wave generators. They lure people close with their precious little faces, and then BAM! Brainwashed! I figured it all out, alien scum. And once the world reads my special edition, your dreams of domination will be done for. What a strange and oddly aggravating man. Is he a friend of yours, too? He thinks he's a friend to the people, but I don't think any people are his friends. Right, let's get out of here and find that flying object. Do you know which direction is south? I probably don't leave that to Nashu. Wait! I'm coming with you! Don't leave me alone with the brainwashing Xeno bunnies! Okay, we're proceeding south then. So, okay, you tell me, what does this remind you of? This little picture here that I'm showing. Is it a donut? Is it a really nasty butthole? Is it some microbial organism? I probably prefer the donut variety, but I feel like this is the Rorschach test of FF14. What do you say in this? I mean, it could also be an eyeball. And with our current rate tier, there's a lot of fixation on eyeballs, isn't there? I wonder what's gonna happen next with that. We're gonna get even more eyeballs later. Yo, that's a lot of people. Oh my god, my frame rate is completely taking a dumpster. Oh, thank god. Vantage point. It's impossible to find. You have to actually press the button to interact with it. Search for the flying object. Okay, we're gonna be sniping the UFO. Oh, hey. It's Argos. Cats and dogs together? What the heck? Nasho is roaming around with Argos, already forgetting why she was out here. Sounds about right. What's he doing? Dorian? Delian is searching high and low for any sign of alien vessels. Like a true professional. Excuse me. Oh, there it is. The poo-poo vessel. That's not Hildibrand, though. I don't think he had that large hat. The aliens are abducting somebody else. Huh, there it is! It's like, gotta adjust something real quick. Okay, good. And there he goes, come on, we can't let it get away. Yep, that's definitely Hildibrand right there. That's the Inspector, Gentleman Extraordinaire. We did it, officer! We found the Inspector! Case closed! Horrendous. Only aliens could subject a man to such a callous and physically implausible fate. Oh no. Are my eyes playing tricks on me, or do you see a whole field of planted Hildibrands? Are they growing them? Yo, I wanna grow my own Hildibrand in my garden. Well, well, what a delightful surprise to see you here, whatever here happens to be. My, what an impressive specimen of a gentleman you are, good sir. The same could be said for you, my good man. Is this an extemporaneous gentleman's club, if I may be so bold as to join you? Oh my god, I just had the worst realization possible. I predict many doujinshi of a certain kind after this patch. Yep, I'm definitely gonna bring that up in my static because I'm pretty sure there's some people who would appreciate that idea. Anyway, what in the name of the occult is happening here? Where did they all come from? They're phantom Hildibrands created by the refraction of starlight through swamp gas. That's a pretty good ad-lib right there. Could be their Hildibrand clones grown in an alien laboratory's flesh wots. That's pretty vanilla answer. I'm gonna go with the first one. They're phantom Hildibrands created by the refraction of starlight through swamp gas. Imposters, you mean? Don't worry, I know just how to find the real inspector. It's going to involve bombs. Yes. Of course. Well, everybody acts the same though. Cease and desist, Nashu! Use your powers of deduction, not destruction! They all sound authentic and synchronized. I honestly can't tell the difference. Well, look no further, for I am the one and only Hildibrand, agent of inquiry and Inspector Extraordinaire. The one and only? I believe that would be me, good sir. How odd. I think you will find that I am the original Hildibrand. Oh, I am more than certain that I am Hildibrand. As am I. Could it be that we are all Hildibrand? How positively marvelous. I propose we celebrate this auspicious moment as only a mob of Mandeville men can. I love that everybody's on board. Like nobody is like arguing. No, you're not Hildebrand. Just everybody is. That's how you do it. There's no competition. There's only cooperation. What manner of waking nightmare is this? Man, I'm glad I don't dislike Hildebrand storylines. I'm so glad I'm not one of those people. Here come the poo-poo, the popo, the poo-popo. Are they going to abduct the correct one? Although, why is there so many of them anyway in the first place? Oh shit, PTSD kicking in. But for everybody again. They were mere projections. Apologies for the confusion, my friends. I assure you that this time you stand in the presence of the inimitable Hildebrand Helidor Maximilian Mandeville. And this diminutive blue chap here is my newest associate, Master Poo-Poo. Another alien species! Of course, you're building a clone army to invade our star, and what we stumbled upon was a field test. I do not believe we've had the pleasure, my excitable fellow, but I promise you that the amicable Master Poo-Poo has no desire to wage any clone wars. Then, what's this all about? Are you telling me you weren't abducted? A simple misunderstanding. Yeah, using Echo for Hildebrand is kind of funny though. I gotta check something real quick. Hold on. Check my mixer settings. If Final Fantasy is full volume, it is. Okay, good. Ho ho ho, what a charming little rascal you are! An offshoot of the Mandragora family, perchance? Poo-poo? I see. Pleased to make your acquaintance, Master Poo-poo. It probably could be using the Mandragora model, actually. Might I inquire as to our current whereabouts? I had but recently reunited with Nashu and Officer, and would greatly appreciate it if you could convey me back to my prior location. You know, when you find yourself floating in the air, just own it. Just start swimming. Splendid! Full speed ahead, my dear fellow. Steady on now. This is not what I had in mind. Wait, what? How did the Poo-Poo interpret the instructions as make multiple copies? My word, you've generated a veritable battalion of identical gentlemen! Surely the world could never safely contain so much pure Mandevillian magnificence. Could you perchance reverse the process? Mandeville army. You can't just disappear them, you have to slaughter them with a bomb. That's it. That's pretty messed up. Is this referencing the Answers cinematic where Lucifer is getting exploded? Wow, that's pretty weird. One of them survived and left. We're gonna have to look for this guy, huh? Oh gods, no, not like that. Mummy! What is this poo-poo trying to do? Absolutely even more random than Hildibrand. Finally, a worthy opponent. Thus, I have concluded that Master Poo-poo has no grasp of the common tongue, and his true intentions, while surely peaceable, remain woefully unclear. It was only through frenzied gestures that I managed to direct him back here and have him clean up our Mandeville multiplicity incident.
Poo-poo, I hail. Poo-poo-poo, from a star. Poo-poo, great distance from here. Poo-poo, I came in search of a friend whose communications harden mid-exploration.
Poo-poo friend. All this way to aid a comrade in distress, you say? The devotion, the determination, your touching story has sunk its hooks into my heart. Fear not, my blue-hued friend, for I, Hildibrand, Agent of Inquiry, Inspector Extraordinaire, have attached myself to this case like a stubborn barnacle on a kraken's behind. I swear to you, here and now, I shall scour all of creation from the deepest pit of the seven hells to the very pinnacle of the heavens for the missing comrade that you so desperately seek. This line is also reference to La Habrea, the deepest pits of seven hells to the very pinnacle of the heavens. That's what La Habrea says in Praetorium, I think. Or used to say in Praetorium, now it's the instance, I don't know. But La Habrea says this in Realm Reborn, I think. Pretty sure. Poo-poo is overjoyed. Poo-poo. The power of echoes, I mean persistent repetition, it sounds similar to the Mandeville art of parley. You're saying you... no, that's Delian. You're saying you have an extrasensory ability that allows communication with aliens? How fascinating. Yes, most fascinating indeed. Pending mysteries aside, I'm glad indeed to once more be in the company of my faithful assistant and stalwart contemporary both. Unfazed by events that would shatter the mind of a lesser man, Hildibrand stands ready to begin his next case. The Imperfect Gentleman. So begins the case of the silent correspondent. No. Not to rain on your parade, but my friend who was somewhere on your star stopped sending me messages is not a lot to go on. I've spent years investigating the existence of aliens, and recent experiences notwithstanding, they are not that easy to find. Then you don't know Inspector Hildibrand. He'll solve this case as he solved countless others, with unerring perception and panache. Well said, Nashu. I need but relinquish conscious thought to investigative instinct, and the clues will flow to me forthwith. Earth calling Hildibrand. Lose yourself in the deductive current, Inspector. You're channeling, aren't you? Contacting a higher power to breach the veil of mystery? Another fascinating development. Ah, there you are. I've been looking all over. Thought you'd like to know that I spotted that chap you were asking about. You know, the well-muscled gentleman with tattered clothing and dazzling teeth. You mean this gentleman? We found him too. Well, that can't be right. I just saw him in the north of Mare Lamentorum, and he ran the other way when I called out. I don't understand how he could have arrived before me. I have a feeling, Mr. Bunny, sir, that what you saw was an imposter. Officer, would you mind asking Mr. Poo-Poo if he was growing any more inspectors on the moon?
Poo-poo, I only created a single batch, but one did manage to escape the vaporization beam. That individual's behavior was unpredictable. A flaw in the cloning process, I'm afraid.
Well, this won't do at all. We cannot have a flawed inspector running around, besmirching the Mandeville name. Master Poo-Poo, I must ask that we hunt down and liquidate my other self as soon as possible. Might we delay the search for your comrade until the deed is done?
Poo-poo, the imperfect clone was of my making. It is only right that I redressed my mistake first.
So begins the case of the imposter inspector. Oh, that does sound exciting. If you don't mind me coming along, I can show you the place where I saw the imposter inspector. It's kind of a different development than I was expecting. It seems like, according to Val, only the first step is available of the relic, which is 615, which is pretty much what I expected. I think with the first, like the introduction of the relic quest line, there's only one step, and then like in 6.28, I think there should be another step, or maybe even two steps. And then in 6.3, the weapon should surpass the savage weapon, I think. 6.3 should be the final. No, actually, I think the relic doesn't end until the end of the game, right? Or the end of the expansion, so 6.3 shouldn't be ending with the relic. Because the relic should end after the last raid tier, so that means 6.5. Yeah, I don't remember. Other people know this better than I do. I spy with my little eye no dashingly defective gentleman. He can't have made it that far on foot. Why don't we try searching the immediate area, scan the horizon, that kind of thing. Then I suggest we split up so we can cover more ground. Nashu, officer, and I will investigate the northwest. Right, I'll take these other two and head northeast. Splitting the party again, and you're leaving me with the aliens? Oh, relax, Bright Eyes. We'll have a nice chat, and I can disabuse you of all those strange conspiratorial notions. Oh, and we can get to know our new friends here. You're dealing with both of the aliens. That's gonna work out well. Let us be on our way as well. With officer in the van, if you please. Okay, they are now accompanying me. Moi. I'm glad that you can mount up while people are accompanying you now. Before you had to actually leg it. Now it doesn't matter. They will appear behind you. Behold this sublime vista. Tis as if the moon herself breathes and beneath our feet. But look down there. They have their very own hot spring. My dear Nashul, what you are observing is no hot spring, but a natural reservoir of ceruleum. With such a rich resource to hand, it is no wonder they can afford this palatial residences. I'm glad you're here to educate me, Inspector. I was about to take a quick soak. It is definitely does not look like a hot spring. Although, what do I know? Maybe it does. If you really want it to be a hot spring, maybe it is. Oh, now maybe it doesn't recognize me because I have a new name and I changed my glam. I'll just tell Nara who I am. Wait, why did when I typed hug, I went to my niece. Weird. She's not that small. Okay. Hammer-struck thinker. Struck with a hammer. A goldsmithing hammer. Yeah, that was what I was thinking. It appears to have been dealt a single swift killing blow. Core, the bugs grow big up here, don't they? This hammer, surely it cannot be. Nay, it does not bear thinking about. Come along, nothing to see here. Maybe it's actually Godbird? Did he get up here? You know what? I think this is not... Oh yeah, this is not the relic quest, right? This is just Hildibrand. The relic quest will be after this. Just realized. What a dazzling display of stars. Not a single cloud in sight. In fact, I've never seen the night sky so clearly. Now that you mention it, it's been nighttime the entire time I've been here. How much longer until dawn breaks, do you think? I think we'll be waiting for a while. Yo, I have a bounty here. Okay. Just gonna kill this real quick. Oh god. I think I'm laggy. What? No way, dude. Am I laggy? I am laggy. Shit. Well, hopefully it shouldn't be a problem for now, but no, I think actually that should be okay. Okay, I got 4 nuts. Where's the other point? Oh, I see a bunch of people here. But this is outside of the thing. So that's gonna be the 3rd point, I guess. Okay. Word. This is not... Oh, there it is. Hammer-struck moose. Another goldsmithing hammer. Another killing blow that bespeaks unparalleled strength. Oh, it looks like he's yawning. The hammer stuck in his head spoils the effect, though. He cannot be here. Why would he be here? That's a goldsmithing tool, isn't it? It does look awfully familiar. And yet completely unrelated to our cause. Moving on, people. Moving on. Yeah, the hammer is actually in there. Yeah, it is a hammer indeed. And it's definitely Godbird. It's definitely 100% Godbird. The best NPC in the whole game. Like, Hildibrand's cool, but Godbird, that's where it's at. If you ask me. Trail of fancy footprints. Although Godbird's not going to like how Hildibrand is considering him in the imperfect gentleman. A set of gentlemanly tracks leads to the northwest. Aha, in the sand, in the snow. Or in half ilm of moondust. I'd recognize those fancy footprints anywhere. They're a perfect copy of mine. Our fugitive imposter must be just up ahead. We'll see about that. I sense a gentlemanly presence. He is close. Very close. No clones in the northeastern quadrant that we could see. Here comes the poo-poo. That's clever. Mr. Poo-poo can scout for us from the air. Oh. Huh. I found me. That is him. He's spacing out pretty hard. Why? Why did I flee? Hildiclone. He seems sad, downcast, very uninspector-like. A flawed creation, to be sure. Such negative emotions would never mar the heart of a true Mandeville man. There he is. Is this new music? I think this is new music. PTSD kicking in again. Why is he naked again? He's always naked now. Or as close to naked as possible. Praise Star for his patience. 'Twould seem my beloved Hildy has been awoken from his unnatural slumber. Power bomb. Body slam. Drop kick. He sees his son, and the first thing that he has to do is beat the shit out of him. Abandoning my gentleman comrades to save myself. My pride in worse status than my maltreated wardrobe. Gotta do giant swing, dude. Just grab his legs, do the giant swing like before. My fatherly love denied? Unthinkable. Unless that is not my son. He's gone. He gone. That's him. Ready? Set. Go! He just fly away. I knew that he's not going to run just like before. He's going to do something different. I don't understand why the cutscenes in a regular story aren't this good. Why are Mandeville cutscenes so much better than any other cutscene in the entire game? I don't know why, but I'm happy that we at least get it here. There's the giant swing. See, I told you, that's what you gotta do. Another of me survived? I'll not turn tail and run this time. No, sir. Hildibrand, to the rescue! Bro. Bro. Whoa! Godbird too strong, dude. Round and round as fast as I can. I can't slow down. I'm a Mandeville man. Mandeville dance of the ephemeral twins. That is a Guilty Gear instant kill right there. Creating the nostrils. I was wondering if they're gonna destroy the face or what's gonna happen there. It woke up. And they really fucked up. Delian just... Is this an intervention? Cease and desist. No, it's a victory pose? Victory dance? Wait, who won? Godbird? That was pretty random. Now I know I'm dreaming. That can't possibly be real. There was a little something we were preparing to welcome the people of Eteris. I almost forgot it was still there. Okay, that makes sense. Nice explanation. Destroying the poo-poo craft is not a good thing, though. Yo, anti-air! Dude, Godbird is the best character in the game. It's not even close. He's crazy, he's cool, he's actually badass. He's a good person as well. I mean, in some ways at least. The barrage appears to have stopped, but just look at all this junk. Please be sure to pick up your litter before you leave. The moon belongs to everyone, you know. Was ist das? Like, I'm wondering just one thing. All of a sudden, why does everybody have the same color of underwear? It would be... Never mind. Oh! Oh, is this where he gets inspiration to create a new to create the weapons? Perhaps. Ew. Later, dude. You got owned, but we got owned together. I will never forget. Hildibrand, Helidor, Maximilian Mandeville. How glad I am to see you up and about. Your mother will be beside herself with joy. I only stand before you now thanks to Nashu, who stood ever vigilant at my bedside, and to Officer, who ferried my soul back from across the rift. My son is indeed blessed with comrades of quality. You have my heartfelt gratitude. To you, Master Poo-Poo, I extend my apologies. In my excitement, I fear I have broken your starship. If there is aught I can do to help effect repairs, you have only to ask.
Poo-Poo, my vessel experienced a temporary malfunction, but there was no major structural damage.
I wonder if this voice actually is understandable over the stream, on the microphone. It brings me relief and joy to hear it. Might I have a word, officer? I had actually come to the moon in search of a certain rare ore, and by Thal's good graces, my quest has been successful. The ore, however, is but the first step of a longer saga. Meet me back in Razahan, and I will explain the role I wish you to play. Yes, I think it best we make the journey starwards. We'll not find Master Poo-Poo's friend from up here unless someone packed an extremely efficacious spyglass. Anybody? No? Then home it is. For years I've chased after the supernatural and the inexplicable, but to encounter so much of it in such a short span of time, my mind still reels from the implications. Yet I must keep my gaze focused beyond the veil. A chance like this comes only once in a lifetime. Seems like he's on board after all. Okay, so I guess that's gonna be it for the Hildibrand part. And now... how lovely to be back on the star of my birth. Father did not tarry to chat, but said something about returning here with a trusted employee. I wonder who that employee is. That should be Geralt, I think. Well, we've no time to further familiar pleasantries. Nash and I must devote all our mental energies to the chaos of the silent correspondent. My keen inspector's sense impels me to begin our search in that direction. Make haste, my companions, for justice waits for no man, not even one who is little and blue. Inspector Wade can just make an exception for me? His channeling appears to be remarkably effective. Fascinating. Yes, most fascinating indeed. I get the feeling Delin is going to want to recruit Hildibrand for his newspaper, or for his magazine. Officer, forgive me. I seem to have been laboring under a misconception. After spending some time with the Xenobunnies, it has become clear to me that they have not the slightest intention of invading our star. They are no threat to us. But he is. You know of whom I speak? That devious Master Poo-Poo and his diabolical devices, devised solely for world domination. I shall have to investigate him further to learn the intricacies of his plans, but I may require your aid, not to mention your interpretation. I'll even pay you a retainer fee, so please, when the time comes, join me on my quest for the truth. Do you also want me to make an account on Telegram, dude? Officer, my apologies for the wait. Shall we proceed to the business then? The task at hand concerns nothing less than a family legacy. The recreation of the historically significant and astronomically magnificent Mandeville weapons. They were the designs of a distant ancestor, you see. While the originals have long since vanished, the manual containing the secrets of their construction survived. a precious heirloom passed down through generations of Mandervilles. Aren't your hammers built for hammering gold? Tis true that, as a goldsmith, I have had little occasion for crafting implements of war. Why this project and why now? You may very well ask. Then I shall, very well tell you. The tale begins not so long ago. I was here in Razahan to discuss a deal with an up-and-coming merchant. The matter in question was an acquisition proposal. Alas, the talk soured, so I made preparations to depart. It was then that the sky burst into flame. You know all too well what horrors followed. I did my best to defend the citizenry from beasts which spawned, yet I could not save them all. Saved far too few, in fact. The memory of it haunted me day and night, and I found myself unable to work. But then I heard the news of how you and your companions had ventured forth to banish this evil at its source. You forced it on the face of deepest despair, and it gave me the courage to do the same. I took a good, hard look in the looking glass and asked, what can Godbert Mandeville do to safeguard the people of this star? Thus I did realize that I had both the knowledge and the skill to forge the greatest of weapons, that I might empower others to protect themselves and their fellow man. So I began going down the list, acquiring the necessary materials with the single-minded purpose. One of these was goodly chunk of purest Mandarium ore, a metal found exclusively in meteorites, and that only rarely. I searched high and low, scouring impact sites and consorting with kobolds, all to no avail. Then, when none was to be found in Heidelin, I set my sights on the moon, where I at last obtained a sizable sample. Now I say, at last, but the list of materials goes on. If I'm to collect the rest in timely fashion, I must employ the help of a comrade of quality. When you can spare a moment from adventuring or aiding my dear son in his expecting, pray drop a word in the ear of my manservant here. This is not Geralt, by the way. I was expecting him to be here, but okay. I shall clear my schedule of trivial interruptions, and we can proceed with my recreation of the Manderville weapon forthwith. This kind of makes it sound like we should not be able to create more powerful relic weapons after this, because, like, who could possibly create more powerful weapons than Godbert with Geralt with ore from out of the earth? From outside the earth. Meanwhile, outside of Razahan. It seems like it's inside, though. Oh no. Some sort of thief? Colonel, I'm trying to sneak, but the clap of my ass cheeks keeps alerting guards. And this is hard to say. I need to practice it. He's running circles around them, though. Whoever this is. This is a very goofy thief. Is it like the long-lost brother of Manderville? Of Hildibrand? Oh, okay. Wait. The guy who created that robot shouldn't be around anymore, right? Sound the alarm! A prisoner is escaping! Oh, so it is him, I guess. Why does he have this nondescript silhouette, though? I wish I had like Lupin III music ready for this one, because that would be pretty much exactly spot on. I want this running animation for my character, dude. That's awesome. This is so off-key. See you, space cowboy.